on here already. Randy, okay, we're not gonna start it yet. We're not gonna start. We'll see if we can get more people in here. Um,
Yeah, you got to let it
because
build up. You got to
yep.
let it build up. You got to let it build up.
But
Oh, God.
let's see, because I got my business set up, and I found out a little trick with setting up your business and all that stuff, or how you can actually take money from your business and pay less taxes. So
Oh, wait a minute. That was wrong.
where's my cha-ching?
Where's your what?
Cha-ching. There we go. Nope. Let's just stop it. Wait. Wait. You don't hear that, right?
Yeah, I hear everything. What are you talking about?
No, the cha-ching. Ching, ching.
No, bro. Nope.
Hey there, Dave. And welcome how to incorporate your Uber and Lyft business so you can save more on taxes.
Whoop, whoop.
That's right.
We're gonna let the room fill up a little bit, and at 8 o'clock we'll get it started. So
And hopefully, by the time everybody's done, they can get their own 15K credit card, even with bad credit. I mean, I'm not telling you to go spend 15 grand, but I mean, just because you got 15 grand doesn't mean that it's.
yeah, no, you don't want to spend any of it. It's just there if you need it, dude.
And in reality, I got about 15. I think it's about 30, about 30 grand in credit, and I could go to higher, man, but I'm getting really nervous.
If you're not using it, you don't need it. What do you need it for?
Well, no, in business, it's different. They say to get as many credit cards as you can.
Yeah.
They're not saying to use them, but to just have them available. It's like have them available because if something happens to the business, well, let's say you get funding, okay, but your company needs to basically establish itself. You can
Right.
use those credit cards to pay for everything, and your company can stay afloat until it starts generating money.
Well,
So
it's
I
always
say,
it's always better to build a business through a business versus
and
through personal.
that is, yeah, business is totally different. Yeah, so as long as you do it
Yep.
right, then you're not personally, they're not gonna come after you personally. So
Exactly.
that's the idea.
Exactly. Dave says catching is cashing is money coming into your account, Eddie.
Yeah, hey, I'm trying to do my best.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching
Yeah,
is money coming
man,
into your account.
yeah, man, you guys can't hear that. God damn it. I got the
Nope.
cha-ching sound on my stream deck,
Nope.
but no. Well, I said one time that because of all my subscribers and stuff, I was gonna say, hey, I want to do I want to do something, for everybody else, because a lot of people have been taking my advice on the YouTube channel. You can't hear.
Yeah, I can hear. No, he's talking about your cha-ching.
Oh yeah, it's not working. It's Vinny's fault again.
Remember
Um,
what? All right, real quick.
uh,
Side note. Side note. Remember what I just said? Did you hear me when I said tomorrow's going to be oil in the market? Get ready to watch your gas price. Get ready to watch your gas prices spike.
okay,
Just
all
letting
right.
you know.
Keep an eye. Oh, and by the way, deduct that gas prices. Hold on. You said, can you put your mortgage with your credit cards? Business credit cards? No, not personally. Okay. Um, you can put. All right. So there's a way around it, but this is totally with a lawyer and a CPA. This is basically you would rent. You would you will rent your house to your business, and then your business will rent it back to you. And so the business will pay you. You would, and then shit. All right. So you will rent the house. You will do an agreement in between you and your business to rent your house to use for business. All right, and then your business will rent it to you. Okay, and then that's how you could do it that way. It's literally just it's a piece of paper that says just that. I did that with my car loan. With my car, I was like, how can I pay my car with my business if it's under my name? So you call somebody up. It cost me $50. They wrote up a document. Document said, I, Eddie, all right, is leasing my car out to my business for this amount of money, and then and then my company will lease the car to me. And I just took the money from my account, took out the amount that I said I was going to take out from my account, boom, took it out, put it in my bank account, and I took that money and I paid for the car. Tax deduction.
God damn, I got a shit ton of emails, bro. What the fuck? I got to send this link to Jeff.
Yeah, well, I'm something that but yeah. And Uber Jeep said he's got a good point. Not the car, put business expenses on the car. Yeah, all business expenses. So this is how I'm able to maximize my profits.
Got about 3 minutes, y'all. Got about 3 minutes.
It depends, Dave. You gotta when you talk when you open, LLCs, it's not that much to open, but once you open it, you put in all your expenses and stuff, and then you start realizing how much money you save, because once you open the business, there are expenses associated with having a business. So your CPA is more expensive. You have to do you have to do your personal taxes, and you have to do your LLC taxes. So that's why the CPA costs more. You can put your gas card. You can put everything under the. You can put your a lot of your expenses on business expense. Okay, but it has to be under the company name. So just be aware that if you're gonna put your business expenses under your business, it's got to have your business name on it. Yeah, I saw that. Steven was talking about that 800. So, but how much do you pay in taxes? Yep, in a DBA, and I'm not exactly sure what the tax benefits are in a DBA. Every state is different. That's why you always consult your CPA. Oh, I did my taxes. I did my taxes, and I made a ton of money last year. A ton. I like a lot. But a lot of it was business expense. Yeah, the CPA will explain that to you. S corp, C corp, and then he'll give you the numbers, and then you can go back and forth. I chose an S corp. I knew that I wanted an S corp even before because I researched it.
All right, where we at? 7:59. Who's all's in the house? We got about
7:59. We got 9 people in
we
here
got 9
so
people.
far.
That's okay. I didn't expect a big crowd or a big group or anything.
Yeah,
This is
no,
just strictly
no.
to explain how
How
to
I
form.
how to open an LLC and put your Lyft and Uber under your LLC, so your LLC, Uber and Lyft pay you, and then you pay yourself.
But now it's got to be said. It's got to be noted up front. This is just how we've done it, not necessarily how you need to do it in your state. You're going to have to do a little research on your own. And at some point, you're going to need a tax professional. We are not tax peoples, man. We just a bunch of dumb old Uber drivers that, We certain things we know how to do, certain things we don't. Just and it's 8 o'clock, so we'll get it started. Everybody, welcome to the Rideshare Garage, and this is the first of a few classes we're going to be putting out to try to help Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, and gig app workers set themselves up for success. In this particular class, it's the first one we're doing. So, hey, you know what? Uber Jeep, Jeff, cut it out, Jeff, cut it out. um, well, I'm gonna turn it over to Eddie to start because he's currently running his Uber and Lyft under an LLC, and he's gonna kind of walk us through things, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, without any further ado, Jeff, cut it out. We are so professionals. All right, Jeff, I sent you the link, bro. Anyway, Eddie, it's all yours, man.
All right, welcome, guys. Welcome. All right, so this is gonna be basically we want to spend about an hour on this, and hopefully less, no more than an hour. But we're gonna try to do is all right, how I set up my LLC. This way, you guys can do the same thing. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna go this route, okay, always consult your CPA. All right, before you start doing, once you incorporate and all that stuff, and when you go to choose your S corp or if it's a C corp or any other type of LLC, because once you open your LLC, you get to choose how you want to get taxed. Make sure you choose the right one. All
All
right,
right. So
all right. Let's get.
right off the rip, hold on. Right off the rip, Randy has a question. So LLC is a corporation. It's a limited liability corporation, and there are three different ones I think that you can form: a partnership, which would be with a partner. If you're a sole proprietor, you cannot be a partnership. You have to be either an S corp or a C corp. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Go for it, Ed.
Yeah. Again, this is why you always consult a CPA. All right. All right. Now, when you go to incorporate, before you open your incorporation, you need an address. If you use your home if you use your home address, be aware that it's gonna be all over Google. Okay, your address, your name, your phone number, everything is gonna show up on the Google. So I have always suggest to open a virtual address. So let me put up my screen right here. Where am I? I think this is it.
Thought you were in Austin.
There we go. No, this is not it. Not this screen. The other screen. Hold on.
This is why Jeff calls us
All right, there we go.
professionals.
Is this nice and clear?
Yeah, I can see it. It's pretty clear.
Amazing. Okay, so everything is all on my description after the YouTube channel. Is all the links are on the description below. All right. I use Opus. So Opus Virtual Office. You paid them $99 a month. So I pay them $99 a month. Right. They give you a phone number. All right. They can give you an 800 that people call, and you can forward all those calls to your regular phone number. This way, people are not really calling your phone, and you can use different type of services. This is the states that they actually work in, and it's actually a physical office, but this is where I got my address. All right. And by the way, when you get a business phone number, when people call that number, I swear, a secretary on the other side answers the phone and says your business name. He's like, "This is Driving Style LLC. How can I help you?" Dude, and they take messages and all that stuff. That's freaking, I thought it was awesome. Dude, I called my secretary like 5 times. All right. Because I was showing off. But yeah, all right. So it's $99 for this one. So there is Opus. This is the one that I use. All right. And now there's also Da Vinci. Now Da Vinci also has a offices that you can actually rent, not rent, but you have access to, if it's in your state. And basically you just go in there, reserve it, and you can have your meetings in that office, and or you can go in that office and do work,
All right, so
depending where
so
it
let
is.
me let me just I just want to get some clarification here. The idea of the virtual office basically is to establish an address, right? That you can have all your business filings, business deals, and of course spam mail and all of that crap is going to go to that address. and then nobody online or nobody on the interwebs will ever know your actual home address. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So the point of the virtual office or and if I remember correct, I don't believe you can just have a PO box as your business address. They need some type of an actual address that can be verified. Correct?
That is correct. But
So
this will skip all that. That's why you never go to a post office and get a PO box. You do it this way. When you write your address, it doesn't look like a PO box.
correct. So
Okay.
the actual virtual address that and I know. Listen, I just want everybody to understand out there. Whenever you incorporate, I don't care what it is, and I've had 3 businesses. Whenever you incorporate, you're always going to have upfront expenses. So you have to weigh your upfront expenses to your long-term goals. It depends on what you're trying to do. Not everybody who drives Uber and Lyft, they don't need to have an LLC. But if you plan to build any type of a business, maybe you just start with Uber and Lyft and it branches off into other things. So it's just this is why we're bringing this. So the virtual office covers your business address, and your personal address is not out on the interwebs if somebody's coming looking for you for your business. Correct?
That is correct. And watch, I
Okay.
wanted to show you guys this because I just did this just now. Okay. And I searched for, because it did happen in the beginning. And okay, you see this? This is driving in style. I searched for driving in style LLC. Here's my videos. Here's my videos. Look at this. My website, wiki, dude, domestic liability company in the state of Texas. Okay, state ID. Look, it's, I mean, like, my information is out there. Look, even my Twitter. Oh my God, Twitter. Okay, so yeah, be aware of that. By the way, if you use your regular address, your address is like, it's right here
Correct.
for billions of people to see. All right, that's why I use a virtual address. I say take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. All right. Now that's the first step. Now, if you're gonna choose a name for your company, let me bring my screen back up. If you're gonna choose a name for your company, always choose a name that is usually not taken. I'm gonna show you guys here an example. You're gonna go into uspto.gov and trademarks. Okay, again, it's in a link in the description below, and in here, if you was to look for trademarks, where is it? Search trademarks, and let's say if you wanted to call your company, let's say Driving in Style LLC, and then you will search it in here. This way, you're not using somebody else's name. Kind of like somebody right now, they took my name, Driving in Style LLC, and look at this. Oh no, no, wait,
You know why the difference is? You know what the difference is this time
Driving
between
in
the last?
Style. Look at
That
this.
was the difference. That was the
Driving in,
difference.
that was the difference.
That was
So
the difference.
his company is called Parking's Driving in Style. Mine is called Driving in Style LLC. So if you're gonna use a name, you can start www dot, or you're gonna call it whatever. This is where you would search, okay, to make sure you're not stealing somebody else's name and you don't get like
Well,
somebody calling
here's
you for it.
right, and here's something. While we're doing that, I'm going to show you how to do it in the state of Florida. So in the state of Florida, you'll go to sunbiz.org, and you can just type in, since we're using Eddie's name, we'll type in driving in style, and we will see if there's any corporations or anything like that. So we've got driving life, we've got driving my life. If we, oh, it's not going to let me go to the next list. Driving on opportunity, driving the road, driving school. So as we can see here, there is no driving in style. Oh, let's go to one more page. Let's back up because there it is. So there's no driving in style in the state of Florida listed under any corporation. So this is free. I think almost every state, if you just type in, if you go into Google or Safari or whatever you use for your browser, if you type in corporations in your state, so corporations in Texas, they should be able to bring you to a government page in the state, and then you will go and you will find yourself where you need to be. So driving in style, Eddie, is free and clear in Florida, buddy.
Oh,
There you
so that
go.
means somebody in Florida can take it. And listen, I'll get to you guys' questions. Molina, no, I didn't buy my XT6 under my business name. It's still under my personal name. But yes, you can do that. You can do that. Doing it the right way and all that stuff. These are things that I learned through time. So, but yeah, that's the idea. Buying another car is probably going to be under my business name. But we'll get to those questions. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so once you look up the name, all right, and it's clear, then boom, just take it, open your virtual office, all right. No, stay logged in. This is my virtual office right now. You see, you got my address right here. You got my phone numbers, all right, for your virtual addresses, all right. Then you will go into Inkfile, and this is where you open your business using your virtual address. Remember, get your virtual address first. You're gonna go into Inkfile. You're gonna file all you're gonna fill out all the information, all right, and then you're gonna choose the type of LLC. You don't have to choose if it's gonna be an S corp or C corp. Don't worry about that. You're gonna worry about that when you talk to the CPA when you go to file for taxes, because your first 2 years, okay, of filing business taxes, you get a break if you make mistakes. If
Right.
you make mistakes the first couple of years, then you're good. Don't worry about it. But then after that, you should know what you're doing. All right, which is my second
Correct.
year, and I need to make sure that I don't mess up. All right,
And see
this way you
now,
get your best tax savings.
so there's and it needs to be said too, like the Eddie's showing you the processes that he went through and who he uses to go through. When I've done mine in the past, I've been able to just go right through my state website, and you're able to do that. The difference is if you're going to do it on your own through the state, right? Make sure all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted. Whereas services like this, like how Eddie did it, they're going to make sure you're legit before you hit send and pay. Now, with anything else, bro, there's your service fees. It's business. This is a lot more than just turning on the app and go driving. So go ahead, Eddie.
Correct. Yeah, and ink file ranges from about, I think it's like $50, 150, and 300. I'm not exactly
It's
sure.
it,
It's
it
somewhere
should
around
it
there.
should
It's
be
not that expensive. I think I paid like 150. I didn't. I went like the midway. You could go cheap, but then you have to go in and go into the IRS and get your own EIN number, and then you have to go get and fetch your DUNS number, you
correct.
know. But I took them. I had the money. I was being lazy. All right.
No, it's not being no, Eddie. I disagree with you about it being lazy. People don't know about this stuff. It's not like they teach this stuff. And if you go on to the YouTube University, you're going to get 19 different answers.
Yeah.
So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this class, because I've done it one way and you've done it another. So together, anybody who might be looking to go this route, they're going to have knowledge. They're going to have something to go forward with. That's why I was so important on this class.
Yeah. And you will go by these steps. Search for your name, open your business address if you don't want to use your personal, then open your business, because in your business it's going to ask you for an address. All right. Then that's the address that you will use. That's where all your mail goes through. And don't worry about you having to go to the mailbox to pick up your mail, because you can actually forward your mail to your house.
Well, that's important.
Okay.
That's an important note, though. You have to establish the virtual office first
Correct.
before you file the paperwork with the state, because if you can't just go in there and change the address. You're going to pay to change the address. The state don't do nothing for free. So I just wanted to make sure that was, do the virtual office, virtual address first.
Yeah. All right, but follow those steps. Get your virtual address. Make sure you choose correctly and what you want, what you really need. Just go with the minimum. You can always add on services later on. Then you will use that
Exactly.
address to open your business. After you open your business and everything is all set up, All right. Now you need to start building. You need to get your EIN. You can get your EIN to the IRS, and or you can just pay for it. They'll give it to you here, and then you're gonna need your DUNS number. Okay. Now,
Well, walk through what the EIN number is and how that
so
affects the difference between business and personal.
So EIN number is basically a business social security number, which is employer identification number. Every business gets it. It's going to start with two and then a dash, all right, and then the rest of the numbers. Um, but if you was to divide it like a social security number, it will fit just like a social security number.
Yeah,
Green cards are exactly the same thing. They get the first two numbers and then a dash and then the rest of the numbers. That's what an EIN number. So an EIN number, because an LLC is an entity, okay, you control the entity, okay, so that's what you're doing, you're controlling your entity. So but that's what the EIN number. A DUNS number is a number that businesses use to establish credit, and it's known through credit agencies, and that's how
right.
they get that's how the number that you will use to establish your business credit.
Correct.
So if you was to go into this super duper amazing website called nav.com, you are going to log in into nav.com. And once you go in there is services that you can pay for in here. All right. But see, this is my score. When you get your score in a nav, it's probably gonna say no answer. It's because you have no credit history. So you need to establish your credit history. In nav.com, this is going to report to your credit agency for your business, and here it's going to be your personal. Look at that, 735, 735. All right. It is totally free. It is totally free, but you can get you can actually to make your service for them to report your services to the credit agencies, and you get credit reports faster on your business. Okay, then yes, you can pay for those services, for which I did. I think I paid $150 every quarter for like I think it was like a little bit over a year for me to be able to establish credit. All right. Here they also give you access to loans that you can for loans that you can apply for. You can get look, business credit cards. You can apply for business credit cards. These are all the credit cards that you have good chances to apply for. But it's just like Credit Karma, just like
I was
Credit
going to
Karma,
say
but it's for your
Nav is
business.
right. Okay. Yeah,
But it's
I
for
wanted
your
to establish
business.
that.
Correct. Business. All right. Now here also, let me see. Business tools. Business tools. Um, on business tools in Nav, this is where you get your DUNS number. Register for a DUNS number. All right. If you want to establish credit, Nav vendor list. Now your Nav vendor list. These are all the companies that will give you net 30 accounts just because you have a business. All right.
And that's after you get your Duns number, you can go into here, and these people will give you all net 30 accounts. So that, and if you don't know
It's
what a net
credit.
30 account is, means they're going to extend you. You're gonna take. I've seen this before where you go in and you order something and you'll request a net 30 days on it, whatever that is. It's not like a credit line, but you can go in there, say Home Depot, right? You want to get cleaning supplies for the car. I think Home Depot sells cleaning supplies, towels or whatever. And you order, say, $100 worth of towels, right? Now they're going to send you an invoice, and you pay that invoice within the 30 days. They're going to report that as we extended you credit, and they're going to report that as paid in full. Correct?
That is correct. Now, remember, pay before the 30 days. Don't pay after, pay before. Give it
Yep.
at least about,
Huge.
pay it 3 weeks, 3 weeks, so don't go overspending, but they're going to give you credit. I mean, Amazon gives you net 30 accounts if you want it. Okay. But that's how they gave me a $15,000 like credit, which I don't use the full 15, but everything I buy it in it. So all my products, services, anything that I need, that's where I get it from. Now here you have
Well,
these are
wait,
all
wait, wait, wait,
companies.
wait. Time out, time out, time out. I want to back up through what you just said about Amazon. So with Amazon, you established a business account.
Correct.
or you used a business debit card or credit card as
No,
your.
you open a business account
Well,
with
yeah,
Amazon.
well, see, like on my Amazon, I use my business debit card,
Uh
right?
huh.
Whenever I make a purchase. So they're constantly sending me emails about, hey, you can switch over and save money by opening the business account. So once you open that business account, they're what, based on credit score? Or do you have to attach it to your personal finance in order to get the net 30, or they do the net 30 automatically?
No, they do. I got the net 30 I got the net 30 automatically, and even the credit card. Even the credit card, I got it automatically. There are some little tips and tricks for them to see you a little bit more legit, kind of like having a website, okay,
Mhm.
that people can go to and they can click on it because they're gonna look at all that stuff.
All right. Well,
All right,
we can get into the website stuff later. Okay, go ahead.
correct.
I just wanted to go ahead. And hey, just so everybody knows, I swear we're going to come back and go through every question. We just want to get this information out first, and then we'll come back through the chat and get everybody's question. Go ahead, buddy.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
So yeah, so these are all the companies that you will apply for. Okay. Look, Amazon is down here. All right. They will report. They will report. Okay, everything that you buy is gonna get reported to your DUNS number. Make sure you get your DUNS number first before you start doing this. And these are your net 30 accounts. Basically, net 30, you have 30 days to pay it back. Don't pay in 30 days. Pay it like a week before, 5 days before. All right. Your credit goes up, your business credit goes up really fast. Remember, has nothing to do with personal. I don't believe on none of these, on none of the ones that I use. I believe that I put my personal information on it or my personal credit. They do require to put your personal information in there to make sure that you are the owner of the business.
Of course.
Okay, be aware of that. But they don't run your credit. They don't run your personal credit. They just want to make sure that you are the owner of the business. So these are all the companies you can start with. There are other ones out there too, and which we'll get to at the end. But net 30 accounts, dude, I'm telling you, it's pretty good. Oh, by the way, and you want to open like 15 of these, like 15 of
Hmm.
these. All right. Just make sure that you open ones of companies. You have to buy things, by the way. So make sure that you open them with people with products that you know you need. All right. Even if it's just for your house, just when you order them, you order them for your business. It gets delivered to your business, but your businesses, if you use the right one of Opus to deliver right, they're forwarded to your house.
All right. So focusing on forming the LLC was the purpose of this class. Eddie's running you through some other things. He's what's been the do you have another, is there a fourth part to this?
Yeah, there is.
All right, we'll go through that and then we'll get to the question answers and we'll do
Yeah.
the questions. Go for it.
After you're done with your nav account, remember, get your DUNS number, nav account. Once you get all those numbers, all right, then we can start going into this is the IRS website where you can get your EIN. All right. Now this little Facebook group, I'm gonna put this Facebook group. This is how I got my credit. Facebook group called Building Business Credit Fast. I'm telling you, you guys can just tell them that Driving Style sent you. All right. um Building, they help you out like a lot. They'd be like, hey, apply for this, hey, apply for this, hey, do this, and they even give you news in here and stuff. And a lot of the people that are in this, all right, they build business credit and then they buy cars. And there are certain things that they do and stuff. So if you can actually get in here first, all right, and then you can find out, see what you could do. But the people that are in here are people that actually have, they opened up a business, they built the credit, and some of them even got like I mean, they were able to get like car loans in like in a couple of weeks. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. You have to
All
speak
right,
to
but
them
that's
personally, but it's a very
right, but
busy, it's a very busy
that's
website.
yeah, but that's all an afterthought. The initial thing here is what's been your biggest benefit to
It's the
forming
tax.
your LLC?
So the biggest benefit is taxes. So last year, the first year, I made 148, 100, yeah, about 148,000. And of course, when you have a business, there's a lot of business expenses. All right. Second year, I made 178K. Yep. And it was just a lot of expenses. I was able to pay zero taxes because everything was just a business expense. Everything was a business expense. I'm on the road 7 days a week. Everything I do has to do with business. So that's why I was able to do it. And again, you have to consult your CPA about all this stuff. Um, you don't
All
want to
right.
be
So
making mistakes every year.
all right. So whenever you go into business versus doing it to the personal, and I know we're going to get this question because I saw it coming through. Um, is the tax benefits.
Yeah,
This is how the wealthy keep their money. They keep their money by being in a business situation, being registered as a business, paying themselves through that business, whether it be payroll check or a draw or whatever it is, and they keep moving. So Randy asked in the beginning, is LLC means Uber Black? Well, if you're an Uber Black vehicle, that means you're registered with the state. You would have to be some form of an LLC, whether it's a sole proprietor, whether it's a partnership, if you got somebody in that business with you, an S corp or a C corp. So all Uber Black drivers have to be registered as a business. You can't get around that I'm aware of. All right, so I'm gonna go through another here. Uber Jeep AZ. You can use part of your home as part of your business. Therefore,
correct.
that can be put on the business card.
Yep, they
Um,
ask you for the square footage where you do business,
yeah,
where your
so
office is.
so I don't know if a lot of people know this. You can take a portion of your what you do is you can deduct a portion of your home office off your taxes. But there's a threshold. So there's only so much you can do. There's a threshold. But you can take a piece of your electric bill. You buckle everything, whatever that threshold is, electric, water, and square footage, and there's a threshold, and you can deduct that. So that's good because obviously it's you pay less taxes. It's a business expense. Let's see. All right. Let's see what it says here. Pay for your car in full. Buy your own company to do Uber Black sooner. You understand what he's saying there?
I think he's asking, but yeah, you could, yeah. I mean, if you use your car for business, then yeah. I mean, a kind of like a little trick that I learned from somebody was that they were able to deduct their full car as a business expense, all because they put their website right on the window, really small letters, www.blah.blah.blah.com. And because he's technically advertising, doesn't matter where he goes, he's technically advertising that he was able to deduct his full car.
Nice. All right. Here's another
Those
question.
are little loopholes. And then again, always consult your CPA.
So Dave's like, this is going to be a good question. Is LLC needed if you make less than 60,000? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
If you make $1 or if you make $1 million, an LLC also provides personal protection. So say something happens in that car is registered under your LLC, it'll help protect you against somebody coming after you because it's a business car. It's not necessarily a personal car. I think I said that right. Also,
correct.
if I do rideshare with personal SSN and then I get an EIN at the end of the year and file as a DBA is 60K or less and LLC more than 60K. So, Eddie, when you first filed for your LLC, how did you change your tax filing status on the apps? Did you have to go through a bunch of hoops?
Well, that's no. Actually, it's quite simple, and I'm trying to pull it up right now on my screen. It's not
Now
it's not
here's the
connecting.
thing too. All right,
Oh,
while
here we
Eddie's
go.
looking for that,
Here we go.
you can file you can file a business at the end of the year and back claim everything on the business. But if you do it on the first day of the new year, then everything from the previous year is no longer, that's on your personal end of it.
Okay, here we go.
All
So
right, so he's going to show you how to switch it over.
this is the Uber app under account, under tax info.
Don't show your
Okay, here we
numbers.
go. Oh, hold on. Can I? All right, hold on. Um, Damn it. How do I not show my numbers? And then on the tax settings, hold on, because that was a good question. All right. On the tax settings, and all right, let me see something. Hold on. Let me see what comes up. Let me see what comes up.
All right. So while
All
he's
right, here we
doing
go.
that,
All right, yeah. All right, no, it's fine. It's fine. It gets blocked.
okay.
It
I was going to
gets
say
blocked.
Eddie was about to have a whole lot of new creditors.
All right. On the tax settings, okay, and then on the tax settings, you're gonna choose what type of corporation you have. Okay, SC, C corp, whatever. Here you would choose, whatever corp you're running as, and then your company name, driving style, LLC, and then here you will put your employer EIN. Where is it? Yeah, no, wait.
Yep, there it
Here,
is.
here is your tax, your EIN number, which is your first two digits and then the rest of the digits. All
So
right,
when you
which
get when you get your tax forms at the end of the year, it doesn't come to you in your name; it comes under your business name, correct?
business name. Yep. Just make sure when this gets to this is get don't do not deposit money into your personal account. You have to go to your bank and you have to open a bank under your business name. If your banks ask you, is this a physical building? We say yes, it's a physical building. Okay, you let them know that. Don't let them know it's a PO box because don't say it's a PO box. Just say yeah, it's a physical building because it literally is a physical building. All right.
Uh,
Just do that when you open your bank account, and make sure when the money gets deposited, it gets deposited into your business account, and from your business accounts, you pay yourself either through paycheck or using ADP, which is
yeah, we're going to go through that before we get off here with that. All right. So the back half of this question was also if I do rideshare with a personal social security number, and then I get an EIN number at the end of the year and file as a DBA, you'll be able to file as a DBA. But I think more to the point is you want to establish that LLC and start running everything through that LLC. And then you can do a DBA under your LLC. Depends on the type of your tax consultant can tell you the best way to handle that. If you do a DBA without an LLC, so say you just go to your state gov thing and you file a DBA. I think it's like in Florida, it's like $35. I can establish Vinny Kicking Eddie's Ass LLC, right, for $35. It's still gonna come at
oh.
it's still gonna come under my personal, even if I do an EIN, then it's just gonna put me in a schedule C, but it's gonna all reflect on my personal taxes. Whereas another tax benefit is your corporation pays you a check. You're only going to get taxed on that corporation's or on that paycheck. And then the corporation handles whatever taxes it's got to pay. Does that sound right, Eddie?
That is correct.
Okay.
And
So let me keep coming down.
how you pay yourself, it makes a difference
Right.
because
All
you
right.
only pay taxes on the amount of money that you pay yourself. But then again, there are other ways that you could do to pay even less money. So if you have a company, if you have a withdrawal, that's what they call a withdrawal. You're basically taking either money from your business bank account and you deposit it into your bank account, or you write yourself a business check and then you deposit that into your bank account. Then it becomes a business withdrawal, but which doesn't count uh, um, as income for your business. All right. So
Right.
you don't get taxed. You don't get taxed on that on your business. But personally, I believe you do get taxed on it personally. I think it depends on your state, though. Just be aware of that.
All right. So since we're talking about this, Uber Jeep Jeff AZ is saying if he can use 25% of my home for my business and my mortgage is 1,000, I can put 250 of my mortgage on the credit card and call it a business expense. Correct. But the IRS has a threshold on how much you can deduct or charge back to the business and I think it's $150 a month. I'm not sure what it is anymore because I haven't had to use my home as any type of business expense. But there's a threshold. So once you hit that threshold, that's it. You're capped out. But it's a threshold you can use. You know what I mean? So, all right. So that's that one. Dave is like, it's $800 in California for an LLC annually. See, in
You
state
can
of
you can
Florida,
justify the 800.
well, it's a tax
You,
write
yeah,
off.
correct. You can justify the 800. So let's say you spend every year you spend $800 on the business, but let's say you get $1,000 worth of savings. You know, you could justify it that way.
Well, just remember, and that's the other thing again, every nickel you spend to set up your business and operate your business is a tax deduction. Whereas now you're operating as an independent contractor without any of these tax uh, relief. When you go to do your taxes, they do take away for depreciation if you got a decent CPA or a tax filer. They're going to take away for depreciation, but they're going to give you the standard mileage deduction, standard fuel deduction, which I think is what 62.5 cents right now per mile. So that's why they say those that drive X for less than 60 cents. And it's a wash. You're really not making money. All
Correct.
right.
So look,
Go
so
ahead.
I have all right. So right now I have three main credit cards that I use. All right. Amazon, which is my 15. This one, which is my other LLC under my LLC name, which is another two, and then my DV credit card, which is there's another two in there. Um, so this is how I buy my free stuff. So Amazon gives you points every time you purchase things. You're just purchasing things that you need for your business every day. When you pay it back, you get points. Once you accumulate enough points, just buy your free stuff. Buy a light, buy your background, buy whatever your equipment that you need. It's free anyway. Just accumulate enough points. So that's why I have the credit cards. And that's how I use them. So a lot of the stuff that I buy, I don't pay for it. I don't pay for it. When you guys order from Amazon, my affiliates and all that stuff, I get paid for that too. So that's the money that I use, and nothing comes out of my pocket. So whatever I pay myself, I use that money to pay for my personal bills. Okay, everything else that I do is free. It's free as long as you do it
All
right.
right. All right. So Randy wants to know, have you guys seen any YouTubers that make content doing Uber Black? Yeah, Kushnard, he's in LA. Randy, I'm surprised you don't know about him. I'll um I'll go and I'll find his link and I'll put it up in here pretty soon. All right. Let's see. For Detroit, appreciate the knowledge. I've already set up an LLC and EIN, still learning the rest. Yeah, and see
Go
that's
to the
great, Mr.
Facebook
Lobo.
group. Go to the Facebook group. Building credit fast.
All right. So
I'm gonna
okay. I didn't see this. My
right here.
apologies. Killer Molina. Super chat. Hi, did you buy your XT6 under your LLC?
No, no. I answered her earlier, but no, I didn't buy it on my LLC. I got it
But
on
you're
my
leasing it back,
personal.
right? But
Correct.
you're
Yeah,
leasing.
I could do that. I just gotta write I had the that document with my Tesla. And now I have to do that again with this one. I
The
just gotta find
XT6.
out how to. I gotta. This is where the little withdrawal, taking the withdrawal out, came from. So now I pay myself less, and then I take out a withdrawal, and then I use that withdrawal to pay for the car. I'm just trying to pay
All right.
less in taxes. That's what I'm trying to do.
All right, Richard. Richie wants to know, where does all your tax mail and all your important mail go? It's going to go to your virtual address, which might be a PO box inside of that virtual address. And then, but like Eddie said, you can have it forwarded to your address at your residence. But as far as these people know, they don't see that the mail is forwarded. All they know is and all anybody on the interwebs will know is, this is your address, 123 Elm Street, which has absolutely nothing to do with your personal address. So everything would go through there. Um, let's see. Is miles deduction still king for taxes? Can we use other deductions other than miles deductions if we have an LLC? Usually
Yes,
my mile deductions covers basically all of my taxes. So go ahead,
gas,
Eddie.
gas is deductions. Um, every time you eat at a restaurant, doesn't matter how much you spend, it's tax deductible. This is for me
Lunch
because my
expense.
correct. If you have, let's say, a business outing with business associates, okay, it's tax deductible. Just get creative
As
with it. Let's say, let's
as an
say, let's
example,
say, as an example, let's say I go to Florida with Vinny, all right, and I go out of state and I visit Vinny, and then I meet a whole bunch of drivers, whatever, and we'll all go out to a movie theater and we'll go watch a movie. It's a business expense.
yep.
Okay, how I can justify it as a business expense is because I'm actually out of state. So those are the little tricks. Again, consult your CPA. Your CPA will be like, "Hey, can I do it this way?" It's like, "Oh, yes, you can," and then you could do it that way because you actually have to leave the state and you're actually meeting with people that are also
Yeah, but
drivers, which is business. You're doing
yeah,
business. You're still doing
but
business.
also like LA just had Curbivore
Uh huh.
where Steven and Buddha and Sergio and all them met up. Any ex- any expenses incurred there, mileage to get there, fuel to get there, price of the ticket, anything purchased there, any memberships, all that is tax deductible. You don't have to leave the state just to have a business meeting because that's what that was. That was a business meeting.
Yeah.
So any money, any food, product, ticket costs, any of that, all of that is a tax deduction. The name of the game is to get as much tax deductions as you can to keep as much money in your pocket. Does that make sense? All
Yeah,
right.
it makes
Dave
sense.
had a question for you. Is there an annual plan for a virtual office?
I don't know. I don't know. I know I pay them every 3 months, I believe, and it's cheaper, but I don't know if they have a yearly. I think I pay them about 100, a little like 130 or something like that. But mine is every 3 months or something like that. That's how I pay them.
Okay. Killer Molina, he's like, I'm still trucking. Oh, he's in trucking, but
Oh,
we'll start
nice.
opening up my LLC and start building business credit. Might have to still buy the car under my personal because business credit takes a while. Well, right. But like what Eddie just said is, as long as you do the proper document, again, contact the CPA. But as long as you do the proper document, you can lease the truck right back to,
Yeah.
you're going to lease the truck to the company, and then the company's going to pay you whatever it is to cover it out. So you get the tax deduction because right now, as a person, listen, this is the best way I can say this. As an Uber or Lyft driver or a gig worker, your car is only going to be open to the standard deduction, which is I last time I checked, it's like $7,500. Anything above that, you're not going to be able to deduct. That's your mileage. They do the mileage thing, which is 62 and a half cents or 67 cents, which covers your mileage and your fuel and your maintenance. All that's in there. But once you get over a certain number, now all of that comes off. And if you're running a truck, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Um,
The Facebook group is gonna help you a lot. As a matter of fact, you can even talk to people here. Hey, how did you do it? How were you able to buy your car in 3 weeks? Some people did that. I think it involves the personal credit, but then again,
well, yeah, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to have to
look at
guarantee with your personal credit.
look at
You don't
this.
want to have to
They just
guarantee with your personal credit to build business credit. That defeats the purpose of doing that. I
correct,
feel.
correct,
All
correct.
right,
But
Rich,
it was just that they
Richie.
wanted to make the first purchase of the car a lot faster. That's
Right.
what they wanted to
All
do.
right. So Richie says I had my accountant do all of it. He took care of all that for me. So Eddie, expand upon that a little bit because you have a CPA. Not so much the cost, but what the CPA does for you regarding your LLC. And I'll
Yeah,
listen.
so my CPA organizes everything, my expenses, how much money, how much money comes in and out. This way, when it gets reported to the IRS, it all matches up. And and then when the IRS looks at my expenses, they're justifiable expenses. But she's been keeping everything in order. All right, to make sure that everything is filed correctly. This is when the IRS goes in there. They it's a lot. It's a I guess you could say it's an easier read for them to go through my documents, or else I think if something goes wrong there, you automatically get audited. It's like, oh, how did this happen? Or how did this happen? So that's why she's there. And I was very specific on my CPA. I wanted a CPA that actually dealt with people like this. Um, so that's why I chose my. You can't. I mean, I didn't want to just choose any CPA, but it did cost me. You know. $3,800. So just be
Well,
aware.
and that's the thing. Yeah. Right. So, and that's something that we can cover in another class. Maybe we can get your CPA on here to do a
Yeah.
tax class. I think that's one of the classes we need to get to. Okay. Another question here. Eddie, can you elaborate on what service did not work with credit repair?
I do not. Oh, I do not know what other service. I never used any other service for credit repair, but my girl Michelle was the one that I did my credit repair with. And basically, what she did, there was a whole bunch of errors in my credit, and a lot of those errors were removed. The moment those errors were removed, my credit jumped. But it's because there was a lot of errors in between people trying to use my credit, wrong addresses, misspellings, all that stuff. All that stuff is in there. So what she does is she starts removing all this stuff, and the moment all that stuff gets removed, your credit automatically jumps. You know,
Yep.
so that was the first. That's how my credit jumped, and then after that, my credit just kept getting higher and higher and higher, and one of my credit scores reached 800. That was my personal. Remember, business totally different.
All right. You've already asked, we've already answered that question. Dave says to do the virtual office in LLC will cost around 2K in California. Again, I'm in Florida. Eddie's in Texas. Steven, who I was hoping to have on tonight, but he got trapped into working. He's got some things he's got to take care of. Every state's going to be different. Obviously, and don't take this the wrong way. This is not a jab. California is the second highest tax state in the country. They're gonna get their money, bro, no matter what. So, and so
Awesome.
when you look at this information, take the links that he's putting in the description, and I'll put it on mine. Go through and add it all up because you got to determine if it's worthwhile for you to do this.
Yeah.
You know.
And or just
All right.
type down virtual offices in California and see if you can find something out there.
All right. If I'm buying my car through my name and after a while my business credit goes up, can I put my car through my business or I can't since the car is being bought under my name? I
Cor-
believe you would have to sell the car to your business,
Correct.
right?
Your
But then
your bank will give you a loan for your car and will pay off your
right,
personal loan and put it under your business. That's how they would do it. It was basically
correct,
you're getting a loan, okay, but the loan is under your business name with your
correct,
bank. That's why
correct,
if you open an account with your business name on it, open like a couple of them. Go to Bank of America. Go to um, your town bank. Oh my God, what do you call those? Your community banks, federal credit, your credit unions. Open a bank with them. Open a bank with Bank of JP Morgan. Open a bank with them also. A couple of them. You want a couple of bank accounts because once you open it with your business
correct.
name, they'll give you these benefits to the credit or loans or credit card or all that stuff. Navy Federal, definitely. Navy Federal, if you can get one with them. The other one is called, I think, Pentagon. Okay, if you're a veteran, they give you some good rates. They give you some good rates. Your federal credit unions, Bank of America, JP, any of those banks, just open a couple. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Where did Vinny live off? Okay, no, we already got to that questions. Yeah. By the way, Killer Molina, yeah, you can lease it. Um, yeah, I do consults, Molina, but let me see how I want to do this because I don't want to give you like wrong information. Um, Usually what I'm doing right now is through experience, and my experience it's been pretty rough, man. I've actually made some mistakes that I wish I didn't do in the beginning. Um, Let me see. Let me see your LLC, driven dead. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I was thinking about it doing with the ink file, just opening your business up and basically like, okay, let's open the business up. Once we open it up, then we go get the your EIN number, and then we open a NAV account and get your done apply for your DUNS number. Once you get those numbers, then boom, just be like, hey, go to the bank, open a bank account, and then you do everything from there. Oh, hold on. I'm hoping I didn't skip any questions here. This is hold on. Where am I? Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is it. This is the one I was looking at. All right. No, hold on. Let me get to the questions. Leave me alone. Okay, this is what I think. This is where we were. Yes. Okay. Now, with your social security. Now, when you put your Uber and Lyft under your business name with the EIN number, remember you still have to apply with your personal social security number. All right. Everything stays the same. It's just that when they pay your business, and then your business pays you, and
All
that's
right.
all in the settings on both apps. Your settings about yourself, go to tax information, and then you just switch everything over. With Lyft, it was a little difficult. I think you have to go on Lyft, you have to go onto their website and do it from there.
All right.
Vinny, what were we on the questions? I know I was at the right one.
Yeah, no, I don't. The one that I had up was the last question I left on. All right, so let me see. Hold on. Uh, well, we did this already. We already went through how to change your Uber Lyft over to the LLC. We've already covered that. Um, if someone, driving to wealth. If someone gifted me an LLC, is there anything else I need to do? I have an EIN number too. I didn't know somebody can gift you an LLC.
Yeah, they can. You just gotta put there has to be a transfer of ownership. That's
Oh,
something
so if
different.
he,
I don't know if a
yeah,
CPA does that. Yeah, this is or a lawyer does that.
all
Okay,
right,
because you need to notify the IRS that you're going to be the one that's going to be running it from then on. So the IRS needs to know who the owner is.
right, okay. Let's see. Next question is Eddie. Have you thought about doing one-on-one consulting?
Oh yeah, I
Where,
answered that
where,
question. Yes, yes. I'll do it again. But yes, I just need to figure out what type of consult I'm going to be doing because I don't want to talk about things that I have no clue about. Um, I know
exactly,
about this stuff because this is I did some like I used my personal address. And then when I looked up driving style LLC, dude, I was all over the place. My
right?
address, my phone number. There was pictures of me of what I looked like and all that stuff. I was like, okay, this is not good. So I had to go. I had to go in there. Yeah, it was so bad. I was like, holy crap, people. Okay, so yeah, because okay, so let's say you have a bad experience with somebody and they look up your company, okay, and they decide to come to your house. It's really bad. Um,
Exactly, exactly. All right,
so,
so let me,
but
let
now,
me,
but
let
now,
me.
but listen to this. The process to switch over the address, that was a pain too.
Well,
I
that's
had to
why I'm
look up
saying.
paperwork, YouTube videos. I have to fill out the paperwork. I have to mail the paperwork into the IRS. But then again, after you mail it in, how do you know? So, oh man, it was a pain. It
But
took me a couple of yeah.
that's why we say
So
at the very beginning, if you're going to establish an LLC, the very first thing you've got to do is get that virtual address. Because when you're doing your paperwork, whether you're using a service like Opus or whoever your company was there that you had there, or if you're doing it yourself, once you list that address, oh my God, to change that address, it's like, I hate to say it,
yeah,
it's not fun. Anyway, thank you, Keller, again. We appreciate that. Hold on, let me give him the thing. Sorry, I had to do that for the super chat. He says he did not realize he could lease his car to his company. That way, I do not have to wait until I build business credit.
Hold
No, you
on.
don't.
Let me put my face in here, dude. I didn't know that either. I didn't freaking. I called this girl up and I was like, look, I just need a document, okay? Because I want to be because my car is under my personal name. So like, how do I pay for it for my business? Because it's if I'm doing it for my business, I can't just pay my loan directly from my business. I'm breaking, I'm breaking the
Yeah, it's a
corporate veil.
financial. Yeah,
It's called
yeah,
the corporate veil. Okay,
piercing the corporate
I'm
veil.
piercing the corporate veil. And in other words, they'll tax everything, okay, business and personal, you know. So she was like, she wrote me a document, and the document basically is a piece of paper. I swear, all it says is basically, uh, 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 me, Eddie, okay, is leasing the car to Driving in Style LLC, all right, for this amount of money, and then the company is leasing it back to me. That's all. You just want to have a record on it. This way, the piece of paper, if the IRS asks for it and or your CPA asks for it, you have it on file stating, okay, yeah, this is why the car is being paid. Hey, well, like, what's this lease that's being paid? Because when you take the money out, it's not gonna say to pay for, you're taking the money out either through check. All right, you don't pay like don't pay personally your business and like put your personal bank account don't put your business account number on your personal loan. It's a big no no. Big no no. What you do is you pay yourself that amount from your business and you write your check out. All right. And the document is you're paying yourself to, you're leasing the car to yourself so you can lease it right back to yourself. See what I mean?
Right. All right. Now, so another part of this is also I'm an employee, not a 1099 now. Okay, so you're W 2. This Uber Lyft endeavor will be my first attempt at entrepreneurship. What? Listen, Killer, I'm going to tell you, I'm glad you're here because so many drivers don't take advantage of it. Because listen, Uber and Lyft ain't going to tell you about this. And I'm sure other channels have had these types of scenarios, but you're getting what I've been through, what Eddie's been through, what Steven, who has joined us in from California, has been through, what Jeff has been through, Kiki, when she's with us, what she's been through. If you're going to do it right. And if you're also, if you're already working as a W 2, now you're going to break into a 1099. You might as well set it up because you've still got a W 2 to back you up. So you might not need to pull this huge amount of money from Uber and Lyft. You're going to have to pay yourself something reasonable, right? And reasonable will be defined by your tax consultant. But you can let your company build up. You can let that money sit there and build up. So that's a great thing. Dave needs, oh my God, this is a joke. Steven, Dave's out of Cali and he says it's awfully, awfully expensive out there to file for corporate LLCs and that sort of thing. You want to chime in on that real quick before I get into some more questions
I
here?
mean, he's right. You're guaranteed, no matter how many tax breaks you have, to pay $800 in taxes once you form an LLC in California. So yeah, he's 100% right.
No, but meaning that it's just expensive. It's expensive to pay for an LLC out there versus here in Florida, state of Florida, it's $125 and I'm in.
Yeah. Um, the standard rate to start it, I think I don't see now. I don't even remember because I started it last year. How much I paid? It wasn't that much. The
But you
part
have
that's
an LLC
expensive when it comes to
established.
the taxes, yeah. So my LLC is already set up. But when I created it, it didn't cost that much to initially start it up. I went through and I did it myself. I didn't have anybody else do it for me. I went through,
Oh,
um, what's it called, the website for what was it? The
State of California, right?
state,
Your business.org or
yeah.
whatever.
So I was able to create my LLC and I was able to create my father's LLC all through the website. Then from there, the rest of the documents that you need I did it all through there.
Well, that's what I'm
So
saying. There's multiple ways of doing it. If you're savvy enough and you feel comfortable enough to dot your I's and cross your T's, you can do it yourself.
right,
But at the same time, the way Eddie did it is fine too, because in the beginning he really didn't know.
Hey,
So
right.
Steven, would you
Not
charge
only
if
that,
if people wanted to use your help? Would you do a little consult and get them through the same process that you did?
uh, I wouldn't mind helping people do it from California.
There you go. There you go, guys.
Because yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with any other state, and that's a. It took a long time to study the information, almost to the point that like the way that Eddie did it might be more advantageous to people, just because you're dealing with people that do it all the time. They're setting up businesses all the time, putting the documents together all the time, setting up your remote address all the time, and keeping up with the payments on those, keeping up with when you need to re-upload your documents. Some of these documents need to be put back up every 6 months or updated. So,
all right, you're starting to break up a little bit there.
But yeah, you know what? Then you guys can reach out to Steven. All right, if you guys are in Cali and you want to set up your own LLC and stuff, and then you can guys negotiate some price there for Steven to help you out.
All right, now this Mr. Lobo brings up a really good point here, Eddie.
Yes.
If you're going to lease your vehicle back to if you're leasing your vehicle to your company to lease it back to you, are you required with that document to now carry commercial insurance?
I don't believe so. No. No. Only if the car is under the business name. The reason why the lease works is because you are using your car for business, so you're leasing it. You know, maybe in the lease the CPA might say, okay, you can't deduct the full amount because you're using it 50% for business and the other 50% for personal. I use it 100% for business. So you might be able to maybe you'll be able to pay yourself 80% of the amount, but no commercial insurance because it's still technically under your name. No, I haven't needed to put any commercial insurance. But the moment you move it over, like the title says your business name on it, then yes, then you need
Then
commercial
you're going to
insurance,
need the commercial
which
insurance.
is
That's how I thought it worked.
that's
All right.
why sometimes you might think about, okay, should I buy a car under my business name? Because if you do it under the business name, you can't put regular insurance on it. You got to put commercial insurance on it, and commercial insurance
Correct.
more expensive.
Correct. All right. Brett Worthy. Yes, Brett, you are worthy. You're here. Good job. I'm renting through Hertz with Lyft. Can I write off the rental? Any tips?
Hell yeah!
Get him,
Hell
Eddie.
yeah! That's right. You get your business credit card, okay, and you take that $3,000 and boop, 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 you put it right in there. All right. You want to get points. You want those points back. Not only is it the whole entire thing's deductible. Okay, I think some credit cards give you even more points to rent it. So let's say you get a Hertz credit card, and they give you like a $5,000 limit. Okay, and they give you a whole bunch of points back. All right, you will use that card to pay for the rental. Oh, the whole entire
So
you're renting the whole entire the car for business. So
so
yeah,
here's the question. So here's a good question. The business is established, but when you actually go to Hertz, because you've done it, Eddie, you've
yeah,
done it on both. You've done it with both companies.
yep.
When you go to rent the car, does that credit card or debit card have to be in your name, or can it be in your business's
No,
name?
business name. Business name.
There you go. I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know this.
You just go there. Okay. Just make sure that you use a business credit, the business credit card that you choose. That's why I always say it is beneficial to have a whole bunch of business credit cards, because you could say, hey, you know what? I want some free points so I could go to the movie theater. You might want to use your DV credit card. Hey, I want to buy some free stuff on Amazon so I can buy more equipment. Maybe you want to use your Amazon credit card, and there you go, and you pay for it that way. At the end of the day, these are just expenses that you have to pay for anyway, so why not get something in return?
All right. Christine came in a little late. We're going to leave it up, Christine. So whichever channel you came in on, you'll be able to watch the replay. and then it'll probably be 2 weeks from now because I got to do some work. And we are reestablishing the Rideshare Garage YouTube channel. We're going to create Eddie and I and Steven, we were talking about, we're going to go ahead and create a web page. So you'll be able to find all the classes that we do and all the individual drivers, members of the garage. You'll be able to find us through there, and we're going to move forward with that. So I'm sorry you missed the beginning, young lady, but it's going to be up for a while. All
Yeah,
right,
don't worry
and
about it.
yeah,
We're gonna
Dave.
have it. We're gonna have it up for about a couple, about a week or two, so you can review the whole entire thing as we go through the questions and stuff. So
Yeah, and we know Steven's mic's a little low. He's out on the work. He's on the grind, but I appreciate him jumping in here like that. And this is going to be the biggest question that we might get all night because CPAs can be absolutely expensive.
very, very expensive. Let me put my face up here so you can see my face expressions. Yeah, CPAs when it comes to business is very expensive, especially that's why I'm always on the move. I got to be making money because I have to make sure that these bills get paid. CPA, you need your CPA. All right, don't be messing around. Not now. My CPA is Duke Tax. Hold on. Can I put this up here?
Sure, why not?
DukeTax.com. Duke Tax. Those are the ones that I'm using right now. Really good. Really good. The reason why I chose them is because I was watching a YouTube video and I was watching this girl and she takes care of everything. She even gives you recommendations. I forgot her name, but she charges $500 a month. Dude, a month for 12 months. Imagine that. So it's expensive, yeah. But then again, it's a good CPA. If you're making, I mean, if you're making like, I mean, I make over 100K a year, so I got no problem. Okay. But just be aware, it's just, when it comes to business, okay, yeah, CPA. Right now, Duke Tax, I pay them, I believe it's $250 a month, but that is only for business. Personal is going to be another thing. So if I wanted them to do my business and my personal, it will cost me 500. All right. But I'm just finding out.
So this is what I would suggest. I'm a strong believer in local business. Just do a quick Google search, right? CPA nearest me, and go in there and just talk to them. They're not going to charge you to talk to them, and get a feel for them. And if you feel comfortable, and if the price is, you're comfortable with the price, because remember, it's always tax deductible.
Yes.
Now, but Eddie, we have to admit what everything we talked about today, right? It's going to, just to establish your business, your LLC, depending on the cheap end, you're looking at like $300
Correct.
on the cheap end. But if you're out in Cali, you might be looking at $1,200-$1,300. Every state is different, you know. Yes, Dave, 100%, bro. All the CPA fees are also written off. It goes against the business. Operating a business is not free. And that's the biggest, I guess, roadblock, I guess is a good way to say it, that a lot of people fall into, is they fall into, man, I got to pay this up front. I got to pay this up front. I got to pay this up front. But you got to see if as I like to say, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it going to be worth it for you to file as an LLC, as a gig worker, whether it's Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Spark? What are some of these other delivery companies out there? Grubhub, Amazon. If they've got you classified as a 1099 independent contractor, you need to protect yourself. You need to protect your house. Say something happens, right? And again, I'm no attorney, but I know as a business, right? They can go after my business, but they can't come after my house. They can't come after me personally. That's a whole different set of rules. So, all right, Eddie, what do you think?
I'm trying to write the right name here, because I'm writing Duke Tax, and it's not coming up. So I'm gonna change it here real quick. Paste it here. Let me add. And
Are they a national company?
Duke's Tax. No, I believe they're in Texas because my
Okay,
CPA is from Texas. So DukesTaxOnline.taxdome.com. All right.
Well,
Check
yippee
them out.
ki yay for you. I'm in Florida, and a lot of
Full
people are out
tax
there.
online.
How about is the squeeze? What did I say? Is the juice worth the squeeze? How about is the squeeze worth the juice? You know what? I'll tell you like this, bro. I- if you're gonna make more money at the end of the day than it's gonna cost you, that's called profit. And if I can profit more by being an LLC, I'm all in. If I can profit more as just running just as not, a regular 1099 guy and a schedule C with my personal taxes is going to make me more money, then I'll do that too. It all depends on how far you want to take this. Um, Running as an independent contractor, bro, you're your own business. So you might as well, I always feel like you should operate as a business, and it'll teach you in case you want to branch out into something else. Maybe you want to get into Etsy, maybe you want to get into Amazon drop shipping or whatever, or maybe you want to develop your own car service. This is a great opportunity to learn how all this works, and that way you know what you need down the line. Necro's in the house. What's up, buddy? I hope you're staying safe, man. I'm glad you didn't get banged out the other day with those tornadoes.
Yeah, I saw those. I saw those.
All right, Eddie. So you got anything else you want to add into this?
Yeah, no. All right. QuickBooks. Again, if you're gonna open your business and stuff, you're gonna be doing private rides, okay, or just have a friend and family, whatever. You can charge. I use QuickBooks. Everything runs through my QuickBooks. Everything that I charge, credit card, even if they pay me through Venmo or anything like that, everything goes through my QuickBooks. And the reason why I use QuickBooks is because QuickBooks also gives me business credit, and I can charge my clients either right there on the spot, and or I can just send them an email, and my client's information stays in my QuickBooks, so I have all the information all ready to go in case they want to use me again. I have the information and send it to them. But yeah, QuickBooks is another thing that I use. And if you want to use if you want to pay yourself like ADP, QuickBooks does also do a salary base, like you can like pay yourself through QuickBooks. Your CPA can set that up for you. They will charge you a fee, but they can set that up for you. Right now I use ADP, and ADP charges me, I believe, is $75. And how it works is basically you're paying yourself a salary, and when ADP deducts the money, they take the money, the taxes, they give it to the state and or the feds, whoever, you know. All right, and then you get the rest of the money. This way, you're not at the end of the year, you're not paying, the taxes. You just basically filling out a W two or 1099. I don't know.
All right. So Killer Molina is asking, can I add other income to my business that is not from Uber or Lyft? We'll start with that. Eddie, Eddie.
Yes. Okay. Now, in this is where you choose what type of how you want to be taxed. So what do you want your business to be? This is where your CPA is going to give you your categories. Um, are you a business consulting? Do you want to be a transportation company? Do you want to be a content creator? And then there are benefits to it. All right. So my business is registered as this is where my first boo boo came in, where I'm registered as a driver. So it's a transportation company. So transportation, I can only deduct anything in my taxes that are related to the transportation business, LLC. Okay, and they give you what you can deduct, what you cannot deduct. Business consulting is totally different. Tax code is totally different for business consulting. You have certain things that you can deduct, there's certain things that you cannot deduct. Content creator, if you go content creator, you can deduct almost anything as long as it's in your content. So if you buy yourself $100,000 car, okay, then the $100,000 car could be a tax deduction because you needed the car for you to be able to make the content. You know, um, it all
You
depends.
see that
This is where
that's
you need your
huge though.
CPA.
But that's
Correct.
that's huge because if like for us, right, we do videos. We are content creators, right? And well, we do something online. We mess around. Anyway, but we get a little piece of change from Google AdSense. So now I'm assuming, and I've got to check with my CPA about that this week. Um, if I open up an LLC S corp as a content creator, I can still put all my Uber and Lyft earnings into that LLC because my content covers Uber and Lyft. Does
Correct.
that sounds reasonable?
That is correct.
So again,
That's where my mistake came in. So I could have just I would have been better off doing a business consulting LLC, a business consulting company, and or content creator. I didn't know I was going to be creating content.
so that's that again. You're going to have to, you're going to now if you're going to do a Turo rental or another side gig, then yeah, you can do all this under transportation because Turo is a transportation. You drive an Uber or Lyft, or you're driving Uber Eats or DoorDash or Spark, whatever, like we talked about. All that can come under, your transportation because you're driving a car to get where you got to go, or you're renting. Well, I don't know about the Turo rental. Again, you got to check with your local CPA, and they're going to be able to give you the best advice there.
Since I put Duke tax in here. Hold on, I'm gonna put since I have a Duke tax in here. Um, I'm gonna see if maybe we could do another video on taxes and stuff if you guys request it, and if I have more than enough people, maybe I can have my CPA and she can answer a lot of these questions for you guys.
Well, I think
You
that
know,
would be awesome. I'd like to do that because I mean we're pushing April 15th, but if you guys haven't done your taxes yet, if Eddie can get this set up with his CPA, you could always file an extension to do your taxes if you haven't done them already. But I got a feeling most people, maybe 90% of drivers, just go to like H&R Block or something like that, and they just do a Schedule C. But moving forward, going in this year now, because now is when you'd be establishing your LLC, she would be more correct, proficient with the answers for all kinds of tax questions. So yeah, man, check it out. See if we can get her on.
I'll let
I
her
think
know. I'll
that'd be
give her a
awesome.
call.
All right. All right.
This video was
Any
very
more?
short notice.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
But just remember, all the links are in the description on the videos under it. If you got any questions and we can answer them to the best of our knowledge, we will. If it gets to the point where we actually really need my CPA, then maybe I can set up an appointment. I just want enough people to come into the video so you guys can ask your questions, and the CPA can answer all these questions. So you guys just
Exactly.
have your questions, write them down or anything like that, and then I'll put up a link in my community in my YouTube, and I'll see if I get enough people, then I'll do it.
All right.
Because again,
And
my CPA. So
if the links, I'll grab the links off Eddie's video and I'll make sure they're in my description if you're watching through my channel. And then this video will be up on Rideshare Garage. I'll put out a link on the community tab and get all that up. So everybody has access to everything. All right, listen, we're gonna wind this up. Eddie, bro, appreciate you. It was really good. I thought it was really good class here, or introduction of forming that LLC. Appreciate everybody that showed up tonight. Hopefully it helps you. You're hearing the process, you're hearing the benefits of, and hopefully you can move forward with that, and we can all be in a little bit better spot. All right, Eddie.
yes. All right. So that's it, guys. And hey, start your LLC. Get as many credit cards. This is the only time I would encourage you to get as many credit cards as you can. Okay, it's when you have an LLC. All right, let's keep making this money, and start your own business. All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, y'all.